Okay, there we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hello and welcome. Uh, we're here at the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light, and it's a wonderful, wonderful weather here on this wonderful Sunday. I'd like to share a little bit about something a little abnormal that happened to me this week. It wasn't pleasant, but I think that some people are going through some tough times right now, and to be able to relate to each other, that really helps out. And so, what happened was I was down in a place that I consider it a very special place, a park, a very nice park. And I was on the phone with my grandmother, and I was having a very good day. And I was talking to my grandmother, and I was explaining to her and exclaiming to her how that if I have faith in my life and I walk in faith and I believe that everything's going to work out for me, and I know that good things are coming and good things are going to prosper and materialize in my life, then my life will continue to go in a positive direction. So I was explaining this to my grandma and exclaiming this to my grandma. And as I was doing so, my something tried to cut my voice out. My voice started to kind of like dwindle a little bit. And I just kept talking, kept talking, kept talking, talked right through it, said what I needed to say, and kept on going. But I have a very strong voice, and that's not common for me. I'd never really had that happen since I was very young, going through puberty, and you'd have voice cracks and stuff like that. But this wasn't a voice crack, it was something a little bit different. And so I kind of thought about that, reflected about that, prayed about that, and found that, at this time on earth, there are things out there, things, universal forces that are trying to stop people from talking about the light, trying to be of the light, trying to exclaim the light. But as you continue to push through that, as you continue to embrace who you are, as you continue to tell people that, welcome, Ruben, as you continue to tell people that it's going to be a beautiful life that you're going to live, as you continue to tell people to walk in faith, as you continue to tell people that you're going to live in faith, then things continue to work out. It doesn't matter if you have to say it 5 times, if you have to say it 10 times, if you have to say it 100 times to 100 different people. If someone's trying to stop you from doing something beautiful, if someone's trying to stop you from being the best you can be, if someone's trying to stop you from telling your grandmother that you're going to have a wonderful day, keep saying it. Say it to more people. Keep talking it. Talk it into being. Keep believing it. It'll come true. Okay, that's my little tidbit for today. I'm what they call a trance channel. I don't know why that's what I am. That's just what I am. Uh, I was in the big redwood trees one time, and the redwood trees spoke to me, and they said, "Kid, you got to get it straight. What you are is a trance channel. That's all you are. There's been a lot of trance channels on this earth. It's not uncommon. That's what you do, and that's who you are. So you got to just understand that that's what it is." And so I go out, a different consciousness comes through me, a different presence. They speak, and then I come back, and I don't remember what's said. I don't know how that works. I don't know if a lot of people believe me or not. It doesn't really matter because I'm telling the truth. That's what happens. So okay, I'm going to go out now. They're going to come through me. I'm going to have a beautiful Sunday, everybody. Hello, on your Earth, your home, your planet. There have been millions of people that have come over the course of eon. Much time has passed. And there have been people who have come to speak light onto your earth, and there have been people who have come to try to counteract that light. And there has been a large battle on your planet, although light has always been overcoming that. And you're moving into a time, a new era, where light is the predominant force. In a larger percentage of your population, the spiritual incarnations that come onto your planet at this time will be of the light, will be working for the light, will be preaching for the light, will be advocating for the light. It is an age-old battle. Some termed the one that they called Jesus as the starter of the movement toward the light, although it's been going on since before him and before those that are recorded in your history books. It is as old as your species is. It is as old as the hills, old as time itself. And on this earth, on this planet, there have been those that have come forth, a part of this. And some of them can see the finite part they are as a human being and can see the larger part they are as a collective, the larger part they are as a larger influence, the larger part they are as touching and talking and spreading the spiritual energy to many, far and wide. And so on your earth at this time, which is important for all of you tuning in and for all of you who understand who you are in this world, to know that your light is strong, that your light is powerful, and that your light can move mountains, that your light can ignite a people, a population to move toward a more beautiful, prosperous, and loving future if you so believe it within yourself and you so believe it for the others that can come along and you so believe it for the ones that are materializing from non-physical into physical on your earth right now, and so it shall be. And so, as you speak light, as you speak truth, as you speak happiness into being, as you speak prosperity into being, as you speak, as you believe, and as you send away any forces that try to come against you, you are able to move, you are able to flow, you are able to ebb and flow with the natural forces of this earth, of this planet, and this space, and this time. And so you will find that as you sit in a meditative, reflective state, that you feel different forces on your earth, different forces that some feel natural and some feel old, some feel ancient and some feel new. You'll feel different forces that want to help you, that want to assist you, that want to help to move you in a certain progressive direction so that you can obtain and acquire and achieve your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. And so, as you look inwardly, when you're feeling these forces and you say, I am a bright and powerful creator, you understand that you are part of a system that has been going on for thousands of years. It did not start at the beginning of your birth, it started much earlier on than your birth. You might have been on a different planet, you might have been on a different realm, you might have been somewhere else, but you came here. And what's been going on this earth is very old, and you are now a part of this system, this energetic collective consciousness that is earth. And as you believe yourself capable of changing and shifting and moving with the planet, of changing and shifting the energy on this earth, of changing and doing things that others said you can do, but then some came along and tried to redistort to the different church teachings to say that you couldn't do it, but somebody else could do it, but you needed permission from somebody in a certain way that requires a certain amount of money in order to actually make some sort of difference. And that doesn't make any sense. You have to push that aside, let that go, and say, I stand in my own power that was given to me by God, as the masters stood in their own power that was given to them by God. And I am able to move forward in that power in a way that changes this earth, that changes this species, that changes this course, that changes humanity and moves and reflects with all others what I believe the light can do. And as you believe that for yourself, and as you believe that for other people, it begins to become true. And as you walk in that light, it begins to be a part of you. And as you believe that you can do great things begin to be done. And so people say to Eric, well, it is wonderful that you believe so happily in your prosperity and abundance, but I don't. And we say, well, if you do believe that you can do what you need to do, it will be done. The difference between you achieving your dreams, desires, goals, aspirations for yourself of light and not achieving them is your belief, your faith, your belief in self, your belief in your connection to God, your belief that you are able to achieve things, and through you, all energy forces can flow to prosper and make a magnificent future for yourself and all others that are connected to you. Now, you have to honor the freedom of choice of others. You have to understand that some do not want for themselves what you want for them. You love them very much. You hold them in your heart. You hold them up in light. But still, at the same time, if they want to sit in a vibrational space because that is their freedom of choice, that is their spirit's choice to stay there, to stay complacent, then you can't jerk them out of that. You can pray that something does. You can pray that they shift their perspective, but you can't do it for them. You can't work harder than they're willing to work for themselves. And so, as you move forward into this journey, into this life, try to look at this earth as a very old sphere in space, one of many spheres that contains life. And you are a living, breathing organism on a large sphere. And this sphere is very old. And there are many stories that you've heard of people who have walked upon this sphere and tried to change it. And they had impact because you're hearing about their story hundreds of years after they did what they did. But they did that because they believed in their light. They did that because they believed in their abundance. They did that because they believed that they could make that change. They saw this earth, they saw this sphere, they saw the polarities and the duality that has been here, and they said, I can shift it. I can move it. I can transform this consciousness. I don't need a MacBook to do this. I don't need a cell phone to do this. I'm not going to wait and come back 1,000 years from now. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to believe it to be done, and it will happen. And they did it, and it happened. And after they died, there were forces that maybe tried to distort some of their teachings, maybe tried to change some of their teachings. And that is always a very sad thing, for sometimes these spirits can see forward into the future to see what's going to happen after their posthumous impact in the longevity of their teachings. And they become saddened by that. But it is not important what happens after. It's important what they try to bring into being right then and there, because what they don't always understand is after their transgression, after their movement into a different place, time, and space, there will be others that will come and they will piggyback off that energy that was brought onto the earth, and they will continue to flow and continue to flow and continue to flow. It wasn't that Jesus came onto your earth and he spread light onto your earth now and forevermore. It was that Jesus came onto your earth and he spread light so that everybody else could come and spread light also. It was so that Buddha could come and bring peace and tranquility so that everybody else could tap into that peace and tranquility and know that they are peaceful and know that they can be tranquil and know that they can be a wonderful experience here on earth. It was that Gandhi came and he wanted everybody to be happy, and he wanted everybody to flow, and he wanted everybody to just get along. But he didn't want that just for right then. He wanted that to impact. He wanted that to keep spanning and keep lasting and keep going. There were many teachers, and they didn't come to change that moment. They came to inspire. They became because they were tapped into something, and they knew that everybody else could tap into that same thing. They knew that they weren't any more special than anybody else. And as you believe that you are special, as you believe that you are different, as you believe that you are unique, you can tap into any amount of energy anywhere in this universe, and you can bring that to you. You can bring that to others. You can speak just like the ones before you have spoken. You can act just like the ones before you have acted. You can do whatever you need to do in order to accomplish anything. So whatever your dream is, whatever your ambition is, come into alignment with that and believe it to be done. Believe it to be so. If you have dreamed a big dream and you have achieved that big dream, ask yourself, do I need to dream bigger, or is it time to just relax? And if you say, I need to dream bigger, don't be afraid. Never be afraid to dream a bigger dream. If Walt Disney had stopped when he achieved a little beautiful dream, we would not have Disney World on this earth right now for everybody. And so on and so on and so on, into much bigger and more religious and political stories. But it goes just like that. It would be a nice, small amusement park. Instead, there's wonderful, beautiful places for many children to go. So don't be afraid to dream a big dream. Don't be afraid to believe that you can do great things. Don't be afraid to know that you can step forward into an abundance that is beyond anybody else's comprehension. You don't need to get them all lined up in a psychological and mental state with your abundance in order for it to come true. You just need to say, here's my abundance and it's going to happen, and then it happens. And then you can kind of try to drag them into the state and space of your abundance, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You just have to be abundant. You just have to be the light, and they'll come find you, and then they'll find their way. This experience is meant to be happy. This story is very old. This is an old earth, an old planet, and you are a part of it. So acknowledge your part, honor your journey, have faith in your walk, and move forward, and all will be well. We love you all very much. Bye for now. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video here. Always have a little conversation afterwards. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I know that sometimes it's difficult to make it, especially when it's getting colder, but everybody is always welcome. We're here at the Cosmic Center in Sarasota, Florida, in the Meadows. The address is on the Cosmic Center's website. Oh, also, I'm doing, if you're interested in this work, you're interested in going on a vacation, doing a shamanic tour to Peru, look it up on the shamancentral.com. Okay. Everybody have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Love you all.